Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio Podcast, the highly professional IWC Radio Podcast. Joining me tonight, Chucks and Will. Beans on location in Spain, of all places, believe it or not, on assignment.
Yes.
Doing what? I have no idea. No, he's actually, he said it was a last minute, family vacation sort of thing, right?
Yeah, now he's mentioned it. I did see him on Facebook say he did book something quite late, but
Yeah,
a couple of them. I'm having a good time.
We have a little bit of stuff to get to. Chucks, how are you doing, by the way?
Great. Yeah. Woo. We're here again. It's Saturday night. We're here. You know, I never noticed before.
That sounded a little bit condescending, not going to lie.
Yeah,
sorry about that. I never noticed before how I'm watching the live stream as we go, which I don't usually do. I usually tune in halfway through when you throw something up. And I think, oh damn, and I scramble around to try and see what you're showing us. This time I thought, I'm on it now. I'm prepared. I'm going to watch this stream. Our intro is actually quite high energy.
Yeah.
And then we're not.
Wow.
Wait, have you never seen that before?
Have you never seen the intro?
I've seen it, but not in context.
Oh, right, actually.
Like, I never felt the pressure to kind of live up to WWE's production, you know? We see big entrances and flashy graphics and stuff, and then, like, we kind of settle into a nice talk radio, calming, you know.
Well, there was that one episode you're like, are you alright? You're not as, high pitched or whatever, or high energy or anything like that. And ever since then, I've just been like, trying to welcome people in with like a high attitude, I guess,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You welcomed us into the show in a way that I quite like.
Oh, okay.
But then I don't really like the like morning radio kind of. You sound like someone that I'd actually quite like to listen to for a long period of time.
Well, thank you.
Whereas that intro is like
You say
WWE, bang, pyro. Well, no pyros anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. I like that you say that and I stream for like a living now, sort of.
Well, exactly.
To like nobody,
For a
and
long period of time.
yeah.
I'm quite impressed you think the intro's WWE quality.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's their footage, right?
I put it together.
Yeah, you did.
It's not like
Yeah, you did a
us
good
like doing all the moves in like a backyard ring or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's the highlights.
Yeah. Which we're gonna try to incorporate some of the AEW stuff into it eventually when October rolls around, I think.
Are we going to be allowed to?
Well, we're not allowed to put WWE in, but we do.
Really? I thought they allowed that footage. I thought that was like media friendly highlights.
Would it be fair use to use like other footage? I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
It's a bit of a grey area because I think as long as you're not making money from it and you're sort of promoting their brand, that they tend not to. They tend to look sideways.
Well, it's not making any money.
It's also artistic. You could say that.
Yeah.
It is highly artistic.
And there's way more popular YouTube channels than us using WWE content.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I think we'll get away. I think AEW would be glad of the promotion, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
If there's one thing they need for Wednesday Night Dynamite to be a success, it's a plug in our intro.
I thought you were going to say a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, good.
Well, that too.
I honest to God don't know why that like caught like on
Yes,
like a firestorm.
Yeah.
I don't get why. And honestly, the post show was only like 10 minutes long. It was just Jericho meandering backstage for a little bit, Pac messing around with Hangman Page for like a minute, and then here's Excalibur and Alex Marvez for a brief moment, and then back to Jericho.
Yeah, it was a weird show.
Yeah. Should we get into the predictions?
If this was WWE though, you'd know they'd have that on a shirt by now.
Oh, they do.
Oh, yeah.
They do. They do have a little bit of...
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Let's see here. Hold on. See if I can find it. Get that publicity here done. But yeah, the show was like 4 hours long. Believe it or not.
Was it that long? I didn't see it that long.
It went to like around midnight, I believe.
Really?
Are you including the pre-show in that?
I think so.
The buy-in.
Yeah, the buy-in.
The buy-in. Is anybody else upset about that? Because I've heard a lot of people say that they're not a fan of the the casino type names and whatnot.
Yeah, it probably worked with Double or Nothing because it's casino based in it, but
yeah,
doesn't quite work.
I quite like it. It was the whole idea of the first All In was a bet. So everything has stemmed from the bet that my boy Dave made Cody. So he said, like, I bet you $1 that you can't draw 10,000, and he said, I'll take that bet. And oh yeah, a little bit of the bubbly.
There you go.
There it is. It is a T-shirt.
Wow.
But yeah, so the first show this time last year was a bet, and then Double or Nothing was literally that. He said, okay, Double or Nothing, $2. You can't do 20,000. They said, well, let's give it a go, and then it became AEW. So that being in Vegas, the gambling theme made sense, and now All Out, I guess, is more of a pun than anything else. They did All In, and now they're going All Out.
Yeah.
I don't mind if that's what they want to do. If they're going to be a gambling themed wrestling promotion, then
well, we're just full gear coming to it.
I don't know.
Full gear.
Yeah. That sounds like a car thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can get into the predictions here as I get the music underway here. Yeah, so this was like a 4-hour show. I didn't realize it. I felt like it kind of breezed by a little bit.
Yeah, I thought it went quite quick.
Yeah, it didn't like drag on. Usually, if it was a bad show, you probably would have felt like, all right, when the hell is this happening? When the hell is this going to be over? And so forth.
There was a moment, probably about 2 hours into it, where JR seemed to lose interest.
He does.
Yeah.
You can always tell when he's not feeling it.
This doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah. But he's professional. He tries. He tries to say something that kind of voices his displeasure, but in a way that tries to keep things moving.
Yeah. So heading into this, Bean somehow had the lead with 17.
Somehow.
I'm just terrible at... and we'll get into this later with the King of the Ring. Somehow I'm just terrible on pay-per-views, but whenever like a King of the Ring comes around, I can just, get everything right. Almost. So, yeah. Show started with the 21-woman casino battle royale that started when we were still on the air, believe it or not. So
yeah, it did. I missed a lot of this.
Yeah.
There are some names here that I don't know. I've never heard of. Shalandra Royal. It's a pretty good name, Shalandra.
I like that.
Is it Fabi or Fabi Apache? Fabiola, Fabi Apache. Priscilla Kelly, I don't know. Penelope.
There's somebody called Shazza.
Shazzy, yeah, Shazza McKenzie.
Okay.
Big swole.
Big swole.
Yeah. But as it went on, the known names started coming out. Tennille Dashwood, Emma, Evilise.
Who just recently signed with Impact, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is Ali still? No, Ali's with AEW.
No, she got killed off.
Okay. But it's still her Twitter name.
Yeah,
Ali Impact.
Go figure. Should be Ali Dynamite soon.
Yeah. Nicole Savoy, Teal Piper, I don't know them either.
Roddy Piper's daughter.
Yeah,
We went over this last week.
I know, it's still... When I click on her name here on Wiki, it brings up a big picture of Roddy Piper. I'm like, pretty sure that's not Teal Piper. ODB was there.
Yeah, that's the part that I kind of caught there when we were wrapping up the shows. ODB and Jazz and all that coming in.
Jazz, yeah. Right, so what did we all predict on this one? I went for B. Priestley, and she did well. I think she was second to last out. Or maybe third. Britt Baker was in. Teal Piper there. Will, you went with Brandy. Beans, after we pushed him for a name.
You pushed him.
Yeah, I didn't want to allow him just to say the Joker, because that could be anyone.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
You can't just say entrant number 13.
You totally can.
No, you can't. You're predicting a name of the winner.
If you don't know if they don't list who's, going to be in the Battle Royale, you can totally do that.
No, you can't, because they
Come
don't
on.
name all of the entrants into the Rumble.
Exactly.
So
You could
can't just
totally
pick
go
a
off
number.
the card. You could totally go
No.
off the card. Come on.
You can go off the card and name someone who isn't already... Like, B. Priestley wasn't announced. And I said, I bet she's in there.
That's true.
Yeah.
And she was.
That's how you do it.
She was.
Um,
She still lost.
she did lose. I forced Beans for a name and he gave the right name. Nyla Rose won it.
That's karma. That's karma.
No, Karma is awesome.
Not
Karma. She did.
working.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. Sorry.
So that's a point for Beans. He continues his winning ways in AEW.
Somehow.
Anything about this match that you want to bring up?
A lot of people I saw weren't happy about it. Said it was kind of a sloppy match, I believe. I mean, catching it midway near the end, I mean, I didn't see firsthand, but from what I saw, it seemed alright. So.
Yeah, I'm Billy. You only saw bits of it, but didn't have a major issue with it.
Yeah, well, same again. I caught the second half, and that was when all of the known names were in there. The ones that are probably more capable.
Yeah.
Maybe the first half was sloppy, I can imagine. With, Blue Pants and Shalandra Royal, probably that's good. Then, what else do we have on this pre-show? We had the Private Party beating Angelico and Jack Evans, which was a point for me and Smoot.
Yeah!
Yes. We needed that.
I definitely needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angelico and Evans lost the match and then beat up Private Party for some reason afterwards. I guess turned heel. Not like it matters. I mean, there's no real story here, so I don't expect to care that much. But
No.
I mean, it at least has like some sort of foundation heading into the TV product coming up, I guess, which is probably what they were shooting for.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
There were a lot of moves in this match.
Oh yeah.
There were a lot of moves.
And a lot of people were saying Private Party is pretty much the AEW equivalent of the Street Profits, which I could definitely see. Only they don't sit around backstage and like waffle about for 5 minutes, telling you about shit that you've already saw on the program.
It used to be Cena's job. You just come out and say, Randy crowd we got tonight.
Yeah.
Imagine Randy Orton kicking Ted DiBiase Jr. in the head. Running down the things like the Master of Ceremonies, isn't it? Now we've got the Street Profits to do it. What's the point of the Street Profits? I don't get it.
Is that how they won the NXT title? Is just by talking their opponents to death?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
That and winning a ladder match, I think.
I might have to actually watch NXT now that it comes to TV, by the way.
Just when it gets bad. I think the NXT thing is over now, unfortunately.
Well, supposedly Triple H shot down saying that Vince isn't gonna be.
Yeah.
He's not.
As hands on.
But it's going to 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
They're going to need more talent to fill it out. So that means either bringing main roster guys down or calling up guys who aren't ready, and or filling, just dragging everything out to fill time, which is all 3 options. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, if they're trying to drag out time, that's probably going to work against them because people are just going to change the channel and flip over to AEW.
Well, exactly. So then that's the other thing. They don't have the pressure now. Right now, NXT is the draw to subscribe to the network. Now it's going to be on TV and they've got someone to counter program.
Yeah.
So Vince has to at least have an eye on it. If the Full Sail crowd doesn't look impressive enough, or, if things just feel a bit low rent compared to Raw and SmackDown, he's going to get involved. He has to.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that.
You'd think so, but I don't know. You gotta give it a chance at least.
I definitely give it a chance. I don't know.
I mean, there's talk that when everything changes, when SmackDown goes to Fox and everything, 205 Live's pretty much dead.
Away, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if most of them show up in NXT.
Yeah. Because honestly, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about, is how I think Chucks is right, that main roster people are probably going to get called down more than likely.
Oh, yeah.
And how much do they treat NXT like the third roster, the third show now? Like on pay-per-views, how many NXT matches get on there, if any? And how does the takeover work? Do they stick to like 5 shows a year, or do they start doing them monthly or more?
Yeah, I don't think that'll change. I think obviously it's going to be on the same channel as Raw, but I think it's still going to be that lower down brand. I think you're still going to have that difference.
Yeah.
I kind of hope so.
Especially with the takeovers. I don't think they'll. If anything, it's an extra event for them to sell.
Yeah, that's true. But then, do they want the post WrestleMania call up session? Do they want it to look like that, like it's a clear secondary show? That seems to be undermining your own product there a little bit.
Well, they have kind of acknowledged that, haven't they, the last couple of years? I mean, you had it when Charlotte and Becky all came up. They pretty much acknowledged the fact that they've been brought up from the main.
Well, and it has. I mean, it's true. Yeah, that is what they do. But right now, because it's on the network and not actually on TV, it's almost like it's a hidden thing that we're seeking out, rather than it being presented to us.
So
it's like it's developmental. Yeah, like a hidden gem, exactly. Like FCW used to be the same. They wanted it to be like a finishing school where they do everything they would do on the main roster, but away from the audience. Kind of, polish the skills. But now it's going to be more like the finished product. I don't know. I have my doubts about how it's all going to work.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a big change like that. It's going to be some sort of change. They're not just going to carry on as they have done. But
and do they replace it on the network with like a developmental?
Yeah, there's some talk of Evolve, wasn't there? Well, apparently the first 2 weeks they've kind of not really worked it out properly. The first 2 weeks, the second hour is actually going to be on the network.
Oh.
Yeah, because apparently it's Suits, is it, on the USA?
Oh right,
they've got 2 weeks left of that before the season ends.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
So yeah,
it's ready for this.
So yeah, it's going to be live the first hour on USA, and then the second hour is going to be on the network. Which are you going to really get people switching over? I don't think you will. So it's not a case of just changing channel. It's you got to load up the network, and I don't know. Maybe they kind of do it. Well, they probably don't do it for 205 Live.
Well, it's good to know I've got some suits to catch up on. I always miss it. They split the seasons up into 2 halves.
Yeah.
So there's like some on in January and some on in September or whatever. And I just completely lose track of it.
I've never watched it. I keep being told it's good, but I've never watched it.
Well, it was good. It started out pretty good. It had it was just like an American procedural drama where there's like some gimmick, like there was like the crime drama, police drama where the woman can remember everything. It's called like Unforgettable or something.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. And there's other ones where like some guy has a gimmick, but this one was some total waste man has a photographic memory, and he learned the law, and then sneaked his way into a law firm.
Oh, right, okay.
And it was kind of good fun for a while he was being like a fraud lawyer in a law firm, in like a New York's biggest law firm. And then it just got a bit stupid, and there was never any scenes in court. They just storm in and out of each other's offices, making some like very scripted quips at each other. Like, I'm going to throw an analogy at you. Like, I'm going to run this ball down the wing, and I'll cross it in and head it home into the goal. And then you'll go, yeah, but then it'll be ruled out for VAR because you were offside. And then storm out of my office. So it's like, how would you have that come back just off the top of your head? Honey, would actually be good because everything.
Wow.
Where were we?
That was a tangent. So Private Party won the match against Angelico and Jack Evans. And then, like I said, Jack Evans and Angelico attacked Private Party. And, yeah. That was the thing that happened. So, there you go.
Isn't Megan what's-her-face in Suits?
Oh my god. Meghan Markle, yes, she was.
Yeah, our princess was in there.
Yeah.
I watched the first season.
Former Deal or No Deal model. Yeah.
And then she just left out of nowhere at the end of season, I don't know, 5 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah, because she got married.
Well, they were building up the wedding in the show for
Oh,
ages, for like a year or 2, and then they just said, let's just bring it forward, let's do it now. And then they were gone. Wrap everything up and then disappear.
She's a princess now.
She is a princess now. She was something before, though, wasn't she? She was like I think it was her dad, like a lord or something.
That's a trumpet.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, her family was definitely something.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Anyway, back to wrestling.
Yeah. So that's a point for me and Chucks, by the way. So we're finally on the board. 2 matches in.
What did I didn't. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
What was next?
SoCal Uncensored opened the show,
Oh god.
as they do.
Oh god.
And Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt were finally given a name. They are now the Jurassic Express.
Yeah.
You sure you don't mean the Jurassic Experience?
Jurassic Experience. God. Very good.
Yeah. No, This
Not
was
to be confused with the Rock and Roll Express, who are just from the Jurassic era.
There you go. This was a gimmick that I was kind of like on, and now I've never seen Marco Stunt before, and now that I know that he looks
tiny.
he looks like a literal child. I am not for this now. You've lost me on the gimmick. Could I get like a comet to smash all 3 of them?
There was talk about that, having Luchasaurus wrestle Shima because he uses so many meteors. That should be like his kryptonite.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
had I known that, Marco Stunt was a literal child, I would have gone with SCU.
His name's Stunt. Like stunted growth.
I thought he was like
Just
like
keep going.
stunt, as in stunt monkey or whatever.
Well, I mean that too, probably.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Jungle Boy, he's a boy.
The boy and his dinosaur. Yeah, I don't get that.
And a
but
smaller boy or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I got a point. Awesome. Cool. I thought this match was okay. Nothing
Yeah.
too special, but, you know.
I don't know. It's hard for me to take a guy the size of Marcus Stunt to be taken seriously. It's like, you know, picking a guy with no legs in a battle royale to win it.
Yeah.
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 Which also featured, you know, Billy Gunn and Glacier.
Glacier.
Yeah. Of all people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So if they were to bring in someone like Swoggle to wrestle Marco
Jesus
Stunt, would that be
Christ.
okay?
No.
No?
No. I would still want to call it to hit both of them.
What about another child like
No.
Nicholas? No? He's a former
No.
champion.
Yeah, but he needs Braun Strowman to help him out. He was a champion
Marco
on his
Stunt
own.
needs Luchasaurus.
I
What
don't-
what if we had Nicholas tagging with the Funkasaurus?
How does that? What does that got to do? How?
It's another boy and his dinosaur.
Oh my god. Yeah, sure.
That would be
sure.
okay. Okay.
Just somebody call both of their mamas. How about that?
Yeah. Just get him to take him away. Just, there's no place for children. Just get him out of here. Pac was back to beat Kenny Omega, which was a bit of a surprise, at least to me.
Not to
Not
me.
so much to Smoot and Will. He beat him not only by submission, but by referee stoppage in the submission.
Yeah.
That's pretty decisive.
Yeah. And also, this was like the third or fourth match on the show. It was so high up on the card.
Well, yeah, second on the main show. Yeah, fourth overall.
I think it would. I said this on Twitter that I think maybe people would have been a little bit more upset had this been later in the show. But I think having this type of finish early on probably would have, you know, it was like, whoa, nobody saw this coming except for me and Will. But maybe this leads to like a rematch, and maybe Pac is part of the company now.
Yeah, presumably.
And honestly, like, considering, you know, comparing what I saw in this match and what they had and what he did in WWE, having to, you know, be like one step off of a magician with that cape as Neville and whatnot, and then apparently having to go up against Enzo in 205 Live, which I never saw, only on pay-per-views and whatnot. I mean, this guy's a star.
Yeah. So
Okay.
No, you're right.
yeah, it's,
Hmm?
match was good. Pac is exactly the kind of guy that AEW needs. Kenny Omega, I thought he was going to win because of who he is, but he's losing a lot lately. But he's obviously going to be a big deal in the company. He's got Jon Moxley next, the match that was supposed to be happening here. Then, I think you're right, another one with Pac at some point. There's good stuff being built up. Yeah, I liked all of this. This was great.
Supposedly they had to keep the match short or whatever, and they were unhappy about it because they couldn't get all their stuff in. They also kept hitting the fucking guardrails whenever they were doing stuff on the outside. Like whenever they were diving and
Yeah.
whatnot. It's horrendous.
So what else have we got here? You say they kept that short? That was like 25 minutes.
Supposedly they were. That was the report. Here, I'll pull it up here.
It was
real
supposed
quick.
to go longer?
I think so. Yeah.
Wasn't there a 30-minute time limit on most of these matches? I
20
know they
minutes.
kept saying it, kept announcing every 10 minutes.
Yeah, like
kept saying it. Yeah.
and Justin Roberts sounded like an absolute nerd whenever you come on the mic and be like, 5 minutes haven't lapsed, 10 to go. Like, all right. But yeah, no. Supposedly, yeah, the time limits were lengthened, but like, why are you still having matches with time limits? Like, come on.
Because at some point they want to use them.
Have a TV title if you're gonna do time limits. Don't have them for like regular matches. Come on.
They don't even have TV yet. that's for next month. Yeah. TV title. What have we got up next? Oh, the three-way, the losers three-way. Jimmy Havoc is the least losery of the losers. He managed to beat Darby Allin and Joey Janela. That's a point for me and Will. High five. Yep. And you guys both went for Allin. Unfortunately, not this time. This time will come. This was the Cracker Barrel.
The Cracker Barrel match, yeah.
And I think the Cracker Barrel is my new favorite wrestling weapon.
What a way to get a sponsor on the show. Just, have a barrel and then just use it on somebody and then miss with it. As soon as I saw him miss, I was like, oh, fuck. This is... I should have went with somebody else. I honestly was not... Jimmy Havoc was probably not, like, even my second choice. I probably would have gone with Janela, if you told me. If I were to pick Darby All-In Allin as, like, the winner, and you were to tell me, nope, he's not going to win, I would have been like, alright, Joey Janela. Then you could have been like, nope. I'm like, well...
Not him either.
Not him either, yeah. This match was, this was one that happened. I was not a fan of them using the biscuits the way they did.
I was disappointed that no one ate one.
Exactly, yeah.
There was like a whole thing of biscuits. How did no one just grab one and take a bite of it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I thought I enjoyed it. I thought it was a decent enough match. It wasn't. It was never going to be a Mac Classic, was it? So.
No.
Well, yeah.
Plus, I didn't like the thumbtacks and the mouth thing. I don't know what it was all about.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid. And they couldn't really duct tape Jimmy Havoc in a chair properly, which kind of lost me a little bit. And also, Janela pulled out a tennis racket, a comically large tennis racket, too. As a shot, well, quote-unquote, a shot fired at Jim Cornette, who... I don't know. If you're trying to not listen to Jim Cornette, like, constantly referring to him on television's not the way to do it. Or on pay-per-view, I guess. You know?
It's just a little joke he throws in there. I'm alright with it.
I don't know. I mean, hey, I don't mind Jim Cornette's opinions on wrestling and whatnot. I think he's got a great mind on the business and whatnot. It's just, he's not a fan of this type of matches and, certain stars because of certain things and whatnot. Which is, I understand. I get that.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, these guys aren't old school.
Yeah, and like constantly jabbing at Cornette with like these little things isn't really the best way to go, Like, it just, I don't know. It may be a little joke to them, but like, to me it's just like, alright, that's great. Because like, even I predicted it, like, which one of these three guys is going to make a jab at Jim Cornette first? And as soon as they pulled out the tennis racket, I was like, oh, there it is. There we have it. So, I don't know, it just seems like he's just... I don't know. He's like with AEW, but not really.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's his thing.
Yeah.
Jim Cornette jab every month. Then we have the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stuart. They beat the Best Friends, and they now get the bye in the tag team title tournament. I mean, isn't this the first round match then?
Ironically, I listened to Cornette's review of this, and he said the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, it's just the first round tournament. Don't call it a bye. It's just, you know.
The guys who get the bye have wrestled more than anyone else in the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, was this the one after the match the other guys showed up? Was it
LAX.
LAX?
Yeah, which you
the
can't,
new LAX?
Yeah, which you can't call LAX because Impact owns the trademark on that.
So I thought there was something about that they would be able to. They may be able to use it because Impact has like given away all of the rights to gimmicks and stuff.
I mean, if anything, they should be. Impact should find a way to just be like Impact's LAX is in AEW.
Yeah.
Find a way to get the
force the Impact thing on them.
Yeah, exactly. Impacts to Neil Dashwood, you know.
Right. Stick it in everyone's Twitter handles.
Yeah, because I don't think being on the Pursuit channel is doing them many favors. Although I probably should tune in one of these days on Twitch to see how they're doing.
Oh no, that was later. Santana and Ortiz, that was later. I'm wrong. This was the one where the Dark Order attacked the Best Friends again, and then Orange Cassidy showed up.
Yeah, that's it.
And he did hands in the pockets dive. It was actually kind of great.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this gimmick can go on for, but it's fun.
I don't know how he was able to just do that without like moving his arms around. He just kept it in his pockets when he dove through the ropes. It was crazy. So, yeah, I'm interested. Yeah. I'm interested to see how that's going to translate onto TV. Like what people are going to think of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Then next up was Riho, I think. Yeah, Riho defeating Hikaru Shida. So she now faces Nyla Rose for the women's title on October the 2nd. That is points for me, Beans, and Will. Unfortunately, Smoot, not this time.
Yeah, shocker. I thought the person that didn't weigh 98 pounds would have won a match.
She's 98 pounds?
I think so, yeah, something like that.
Good.
JR,
oh, Bill was 93 pounds.
JR made a mention of that on commentary, I believe. But yeah, she's tiny.
I would have guessed closer to 70. Like, she is tiny.
Marco's stunt weighs more than her.
Right.
But yeah, I guess this is like a David versus Goliath sort of thing. And she's probably going to win the women's title, and I'm not going to be happy about it. And I also don't know how this... I don't know how the Joshi stars are going to translate well on TV come October. In my opinion.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think, having somebody that's like 98 pounds going to be a champion is going to translate well for ratings to me.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Not going to be like the huge ratings draw, but Spike Dudley did it right.
That's true.
There was a bit, well, I wouldn't say a bit of controversy because it was like nothing at all. But there are people who have mentioned that the first women's champion could be biologically male.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like a thing that's been going around. And I think everyone's on the same side of who cares, it's not a real competition.
Yeah, it's not Santino Marella.
Yeah, exactly. It's Santina.
Which honestly is more offensive than...
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
This WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So Riho we had, then we go to Cody having to choose someone to be in his corner.
He chose like...
to take on Sean Spears with Tully Blanchard.
Just like three people. And a dog.
And a dog. Yeah, the dog really didn't want to be there.
No.
Kill the dog.
Because he's fucking pyro.
Yeah.
Tony Khan in the after show presser said like apparently Brandy was not happy with Cody for having Pharaoh out there, and honestly, who can blame him?
Yeah.
Like you don't like if any dog owner knows that like July 4th is probably like a dog's worst nightmare because of all the fireworks.
Yeah.
True.
And you're gonna have him out there like feet away from the stage with all the fireworks going off. Come on, what are you thinking?
And then he kept trying to run back to the back, and then he kept
because he's
dragging him down.
scared.
Dragging him through. Yeah, that wasn't great.
And what the hell is with the Star Trek thing? I still don't understand this. Nobody's explained this to me. Like, other than the fact that they're fans of Star Trek, that's great. Okay, cool. You love the show. You want to dress up as it, go to a Comic-Con. But why bring DDP into this?
DDP.
Yeah.
I mean, Brandy looked great.
Sure.
Maybe that was the reason. They're just like, how can we get Brandy to look like 7 of 9? Because it will be great.
Yeah, and she looked great.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it, but I didn't understand the whole concept of dressing up like Star Trek.
I didn't really understand the Elite dressing up like Street Fighter either. I think it's just a thing that they want to do sometimes.
I mean, they are vice presidents of the company, yeah.
Yeah. We're just going to dress up as stuff.
If they would just explain, yeah, Cody really likes Star Trek. He's been a fan of it since, he was a kid. Owned, like, a Captain Kirk poster at one point. If they would have just mentioned that on commentary or something, I would have been like, all right.
He's the next generation.
Yeah, sure, there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
I guess, yeah.
Still.
And I
anyway,
thought,
Cody...
Considering he was wearing a red shirt, I thought he would have lost the match.
No, it was the top bit was red, right? Because he's the captain.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's not a full red shirt.
Gotcha.
So Cody... Right, so Sean Spears with Tully Blanchard, clear heels. So Cody chooses MJF, who is basically the most heelish heel in the company.
Right, but he's
to be in his corner.
Best friends with Cody, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really like that. I'd prefer if MJF was a clear, like, the obvious heel. Nope. Turns out he's actually a decent guy.
Yeah, I also didn't like the chair shot tease at the end of the match. How painfully obvious he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit him with the chair." Just kidding. I'm still a friend.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But the highlight of the match for me was Arn Anderson coming out and hitting a double-A spine buster. And then
he still got it.
Yeah, he still. WWE never let him do a spot like that. Like,
no, they never brought back Tully Blanchard for some reason.
Exactly, yeah.
They had both of the Brainbusters like right there. Yeah, it was really cool to see those two back together, even though they're not friends right now.
And then Tully just walked off to the back.
Yeah, I just followed him back. So Cody beat Ty Dillinger. And that is a point for me and for Beans. You guys thought Sean Spears would win.
Yeah.
And
the chairman.
The chairman. It would have been huge for him had he won. I think he probably would have gained more from a win than Cody did. So
yeah, oh yeah.
I can see what you were thinking.
And honestly, you could have probably kept the feud going, but like, where does Sean go from here? I mean,
I don't know.
He has potential, but potential doesn't pay the rent nor give you the ratings.
Well, he is 38, so they're probably not looking at him as the future of the company.
You say that, and then Jericho wins the title.
Well, I'm sure he's not the long-term future either. Yeah, fair point. Then we had the Young Bucks in, the Escalera de la Muerte, Ladder of Death match. Young Bucks losing out to the Lucha Brothers. We all saw this coming, except for Beans. Finally, we get some points back on this guy. What do you think of this one? This was another one with a lot of moves.
Yeah, this was a car crash. There was like a lot of tables being used. I know there was one spot that looked really... I can't remember it in detail, but it looked absolutely brutal from the amount of times they replayed it with the double feature. I think it was like a sunset flip coming off of a ladder or something like that.
Yeah, they did a couple of those. I think they did a destroyer, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Probably a Mexican destroyer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some crazy stuff. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Phoenix went into this with an injury, possibly to his leg?
Possibly.
Something he wasn't 100% anyway, but hey, he's going to try. He's always going to give it everything.
Yeah, there it is. There it is in the replay there. It looked like a pile driver from that still.
Yeah. He's doing the Shawn Michaels headstand bump there. Wow. So right, the Lucha Brothers win. They are still AAA Tag Champions. Then LAX comes out, beats up these guys. So they are right in there in the tag title mix. Santana Ortiz, yeah, not the LAX I know, unfortunately. Then the main event. We all predicted Jericho, and of course, Jericho wins it in the end. They went a while. I think this is the longest match on the show. Page looked good, but Jericho's the name.
He came out on a horse.
He did. Came out on a horse.
With no pyro, thank God. No joke, I legit was worried they would fire off pyro next to a horse.
The horse would just freak out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the video package heading into this match where like Adam Page was like ripping the stitches out of his eyebrow.
Yeah.
And then there's a spot where like Jericho, I guess I saw somebody say that they saw Aubrey Edwards hand Jericho the blade to make this happen here.
Yeah, you can clearly see.
Yeah, you like cut it above the eyebrow in the same spot, which was great storytelling. Yeah. What I was... yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Aubrey Edwards, there was one kick out especially, but throughout the match, she was really stealing the show.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if you guys thought that.
Where she like made the 2 count and she... Like,
and then she was just like lying on the mat going, ah!
Like this one, right? Yeah.
No, I can't believe this. Yeah, that one. Like,
that one.
This really dramatic look.
Yeah.
Like, is that necessary?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind it. As long as she's not overshadowing the entire match, I have zero problems with it. And she was also the first referee.
Overshadowed that bit.
Well, I mean, it was a crucial part of the match. Everybody was spent, including the referee. But I was kind of surprised at the end, and I didn't notice. I almost missed this at first, but I was like, wait a minute, that's the same doctor that treated Jerry Lawler when he had the heart attack on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Sampson, which is apparently employed by AEW. So there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was a report a few weeks ago. That he'd actually signed with AEW.
Yeah, I don't know why WWE would get rid of him and keep the Mr. Z-Pack guy.
Well, probably just keep him talking.
Jeez. Hey, we had somebody that literally saved someone's life on air, and you fired.
Yeah, but if they let the other guy go, he'll start talking about the things he's seen.
Oh my god. But yeah, also it looked like former Impact referee Brian Stifler was the timekeeper when the past 2 pay-per-view events. It looked like it was former backstage announcer for WWE Dasha Fuentes.
Oh, they got Dasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little things I've noticed.
You do have a thing for noticing the extras.
Yeah. So, I thought the match was great. I'm not a fan of the back elbow as Jericho's finish, personally.
Okay, so Dasha Fuentes was one of the Spanish commentators on the show with
nice.
Hugo Savinovich.
Nice.
And
Hugo.
So that's why she wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's why she wasn't the timekeeper. Okay. Also on the post show here, and going back to this here, you had Jericho just strolling about backstage, stole Jen Sturger's microphone, just basically talking a bunch of trash and saying, "I'm your champion, you're welcome," and all that stuff. He gets to the backstage area with the catering. He points out the cheap salami and the olives there. I didn't even notice until just now. The cups by the bubbly, if you will, sponsored by Cracker Barrel.
Nice.
I didn't notice that till there. The whole post show is like 10 minutes long too. So I don't know if they still have it up on YouTube, but do check it out. It's pretty funny. It spawned a pretty funny meme.
Yeah, definitely.
Pac threw a water bottle at Hangman Page, so that's pretty much your feud heading into TV, I guess. And there was like this thing where Jericho supposedly lost the title at like a steakhouse somewhere, like a Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yeah, he got stolen, didn't he?
Yeah, and apparently it was found. He found it back or whatever. So.
Yeah.
Not sure if it was a publicity stunt or what, but
it had to be. Did you see the police report?
Yeah.
He was out at like an expensive restaurant. He got a limo to take him, and it was all very seemed quite in character.
Yeah. Somehow he left it in the limo, and the limo driver confused the luggage.
There's no mention of R-Truth sneaking out with it.
Oh, that was so great. What if this whole like title getting stolen thing is just a way for Ralphus to come back on the TV?
Oh, God.
That would be great.
How old is Ralphus?
I don't know. But if they could somehow contact Ralphus and get him as like Jericho's personal security for the first edition of All Elite Wrestling on TNT, I'd be A-okay for it. Anyway,
I guess that's it.
Yeah,
that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
we had 10 matches on that show, and in second place is all of you. Smoke Beans Will, second place, 5 out of 10.
Mr. 50%.
Mr. 50%. All of you. I managed a 8, which is pretty cool. I don't expect to be doing that again. I needed that to catch up a little bit, because now we are on... Smoot is lagging behind a little bit on 15 out of a total of 36 after 4 shows. Will on 21 and only just ahead. Me and Beans now level on 22, so it's a close thing. It's AEW. It's all to play for.
Oh, also, you can't see it here. Hold on. If I scroll down here.
Oh, the Punk thing.
Yeah, the CM Punk thing. Yeah. No! There we go. But yeah.
We didn't even get a video.
Well, no video. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So, there you go. That was that. So we go from one prediction thing to the thing I want to talk about. The King of the Ring in WWE. Shifting gears real quick. Have that. There we go. Look at this. So far we made.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we made this bracket. What was it, like about a month ago almost?
Oh yeah, 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, sure.
We did it live on the air. You guys thought I was being silly with
I didn't. I talked you through this. I said Chad was going all the way, and they've done every match he's had. He has had a confrontation with the guy backstage, right? He started off with that one with Elias out of nowhere. It led to nothing.
Yeah.
But now it's come. He did the height joke with what's the guy, Shelton Benjamin, Senor Benjamin. Stuck the thing. You must be this tall to enter King of the Ring. Yeah, funny. Andrade did a thing. Zelina Vega mocked him for being short. He won there. Now he's got Revenge Against Elias coming up this week. Corbin... Did Corbin say anything? No, Samoa Joe did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe this is where you go wrong.
Oh, so you think I'm wrong now?
I don't. I think it still looks good for Constable Corbin, but they are making sure to give Chad Gable a run-in with all of his opponents.
Okay.
So they've done it with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's in that Raw final thing, that three-way. I think it could happen.
So you think the way this plays out could be the way it plays out, basically, is what you're saying?
I have all the way. I've been with you all the way. Every one of those I would have picked too. But now because of that Samoa Joe thing, I think it might be Samoa Joe wins that side, Chad Gable beats Elias, and then King Chad Gable. They gave it to Kurt Angle, but I don't know. Maybe but King Samoa Joe just seems stupid as well.
Alright, I'm trying to get the tell straight. I was going to do a gag here. Oh, I think I got it working here. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, technically, this over here is adding yellow onto it. Technically, this is the only one I was wrong on, because
Even then, you weren't really wrong.
Yeah, Samoa Joe and Ricochet ended in a draw, and that alluded to John Cone being on the headsets at ringside for about 10 minutes. And I made like a Donut King drive-through joke, in which Donut King's pretty expensive. I didn't notice that. So yeah, apparently because of this went to a draw, both of these guys advance to face Corbin in a triple threat. So technically I wasn't wrong, but technically it wasn't right either. So we can just add Joe to this here. There we go. And honestly, the Corbin match, right around here when he was facing Cedric Alexander, was the only time I felt like a little bit like, all right, I don't think he's going to make it, because they're talking about how he cut like that pre-match promo, how he's going to like exile everybody from WWE. I'm like, yeah, this seems like something from a person that's not going to go all the way and win it.
Right.
So I think if I had to amend something besides over here, I think this is right, Corbin and Chad, but I think Chad Gable wins it all.
Really?
Really? Oh, no, I can't see that.
Well, I just think that the whole thing was set up so well for Constable Corbin, but I think you're exactly right now that it's almost like with that match going to a draw, as if they didn't want to knock Joe out for some reason.
Yeah.
Now I just think that at some point, recently, they've changed plans.
Yeah. They've been listening to the show. That's why.
They've been listening to us. Yeah, they heard.
Who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this guy that predicted the tournament perfectly? What the fuck is he talking about? God damn it, pal.
And Jack Gable's been getting some great reactions with his sneaky wins.
Yeah. Because, like, you pointed out, cause, like, everybody that's been making fun of his height or whatever about him has, like, lost to him. And now it's, like, Elias's turn, because he's probably going to get distracted by, like, R-Truth with the, Well, wait, no, R-Truth got the title back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. That's all aside then. So he's probably just going to make fun of Chad's, like, looks or whatever, and then make a song out of it.
Like a month ago.
Yeah, well, he's going to do it again.
He might do it again.
Yeah, he's going to do it again, and then he's going to lose. And then it's going to come down to Corbin and Chad, yeah. And I think Chad's going to probably go over, so... If anything...
Corbin, you think Corbin's still going to...
I still think Corbin's got it won.
The whole draw thing that you brought up makes it seem like Joe's probably going to win over here as well.
I just don't know why they'd bother doing the draw.
Yeah.
If Corbin's just going to win, then he can beat Ricochet.
Because they can't have heel versus heel, probably.
Yeah, but they wouldn't. If they want Corbin to win, then he could beat Cedric Alexander. He could beat Ricochet.
Yeah.
Ricochet could beat Joe. Corbin could beat Ricochet. Then he goes through and beats Chad, and that's it. Simple. You don't need to do the draw and make it a triple threat.
Yeah, the draw is stupid. In my opinion. Either you have Joe go over, or you have Rico go. Rico. Sorry,
Rico.
I'm just going off of what I've wrote over here. I'm sorry. You either have Joe go over, or you have Shay go over, and then they fight Corb, and then Corb wins, and then you have like the mini David versus Goliath over here. In a way.
No, I'm changing plans. I think they've changed plans.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I'm calling it now. Samoa Joe's winning, Chad Gable's winning, and then I have to imagine Chad's winning it.
So you think over here you're going with? Here, I'm gonna give you a green.
You're gonna give me.
Yeah. So you think Joe's gonna go here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of with you on that because they had Joe and Chad in that backstage interaction not too long ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. But like again, would it be that bad just to have Samoa Joe go up against Baron Corbin and just beat the shit out of Corbin and make him submit to the Cohita Clutch?
If you want Samoa Joe to win the whole thing or go to the finals, it's not what they want. But then if Corbin's not winning it, just have Cedric Alexander win. That was on the same show. If they,
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I think you're right. I think plans might have changed at some point, either from us or outside influences.
Definitely because of us.
Totally.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I think Joe might be in the finals, and I think if it's not Chad, then yeah, King Joe doesn't really have a good ring to it. King Chad, it has like meme potential. That's for damn sure.
Great meme potential.
Yeah.
The King of Chads.
Yeah, I would still probably say maybe Chad would be the king if it was down to Joe and Chad.
Yeah.
But if they do make it Samoa Joe's king, they got to do something with it. Considering like how many like heels have we had as King of the Ring, you know? Wade Barrett was King of the Ring, and they really didn't do anything. He just delivered bad news, which was great, but you know he didn't really go anywhere. Neville,
King Sheamus was pretty bad.
Yeah, King Sheamus.
Neville, yeah.
Yeah, Neville ended up in a different company and is probably going to be a different champion at some point.
Totally forgot about King Neville.
Yeah. Yeah, Sheamus was pretty bad with the Thorn Crown thing. I remember that. That was terrible. Yeah, not a good track record for King of the Ring, if you ask me. So, anyway, I'm gonna get a screen cap here.
William Regal's a great king.
Oh yeah,
they did that right.
And they got popped for a wellness thing or whatever.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? What?
Yeah.
Wait, Neville didn't win King of the Ring.
Did he not win King of the Ring? I thought
He's
did.
not listed here.
No,
I'm sure he was a. Did he win some other kind of king gimmick?
Hold on, let's see here.
I'm sure he was king.
Didn't he just claim he should have won?
Yeah.
After
so he was in the final.
On the August 10th episode of Raw, after Neville defeated King Barrett, Stardust as the Prince of Dark Matter, oh my god, would confront actor Stephen Amell, who was in attendance in the front row, and slap him. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wasn't he King of the Cruiserweights?
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's it. Yeah, he was King of the Cruiserweights.
That's basically King of the Ring. Oh, whoa. There we go. Sorry. Oh, no. No, get out of there. There we go. Sorry. I had like an infinite loop going on there. Sorry about that. I pulled up Wikipedia because I still had the Chrome capture on and whatnot. So anyway.
Yeah, I remember that because didn't he make a T-shirt and he slapped it off on Twitter?
Oh yeah,
it was a pretty bad T-shirt.
It was. And then he like deleted a bunch of tweets, man. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, look at this. This is literally just Times New Roman.
With some like word art at the top.
Yeah. Like word art Times New Roman bullshit here. Let me throw this up. There we go. Look at this. Oh, I still have paint on. Whoops. There we go.
You got a paint layer there.
Yeah, look how bad this is. Like, literally, you could just make that in Microsoft Word. Export.
Zero effort.
Yeah, 0 effort. Export it, and then there you go. It's on a shirt. Congrats. But one upside, nothing on the back.
Yeah,
that's true. Huh?
One and a half stars with one review.
Oh, is there any text on the review? Did they say anything about it?
Let's see. A piece of history. I love Neville, and he has stated, and I agree totally, this is not fit for a king. Only bought the item because it has become a novelty item for me. Con, not very marketable, desirable design. Very plain and generic. 4 out of 5 people found this. Here, I'll thumbs that up. There we go. Thanks. Your vote will be counted and will help others decide. Wow. Let's see. A garment comfort 10, garment fit 10, garment quality 5, overall rating 1. That's incredible. That's awesome. $6.95. That shirt is still available. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 30% off your order. Shop now. There you go. They're still shilling it, yeah.
Not currently available.
Ah.
Oh, see.
What other stuff here, real quick?
I want to see what is in the clearance section.
We've reached the end of the show where we're just browsing shops and critiquing them here. This is the clearance section. NXT TakeOver 25. There you go. That's on sale. Original Bro, Johnny Champion, I Am the Man.
The Iowa Zone t-shirt, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
You can get the...
What's this for Finn Balor? It looks like the Umbrella logo from Resident Evil.
That's actually a Kurt Angle t-shirt that says, "You suck,
thank you." Yeah. Possibly the worst Kurt Angle shirt ever.
What's that implying?
They've literally gone, "You suck to think." It was his last match. Oh, thank you to think as well.
Out of context, it's really bad.
Out of context.
Yeah. Should this be on the front, like the farewell match, just to make it seem like give it a little bit of context to the shirt, like. Otherwise, I mean, if you wear that out in public, you're gonna get some looks. I feel.
Definitely.
The almighty Lashley.
Charlotte. What is this? Miss WrestleMania? Oh, okay. WrestleMania 35, Kofi Kingston matchup t-shirt. Nice. NWO New York Legends. Oh my god.
Authors of Pain there. I don't know where they went.
Hounds of Justice. Wow.
A WrestleMania 35 decorative skull. Nice.
When did Dean Ambrose ever say never apologise?
No idea.
No, he's got a shirt. He's got a shirt there that said never apologise.
Daniel Bryan, Planet's champion. Becky Lynch. Honestly, some of these I wouldn't mind having. Okay,
Yeah.
The Ronda Rousey garbage pail kid.
Yeah, and the Miz one. Lars Sullivan territory.
Yikes.
Carmella's dance break.
Yeah.
Oh.
Legit boss glasses, studded orange. I'm surprised those are on clearance, considering what's happening. Which we should probably bring up how while we're browsing here. Oh God, Hulkamania. Bailey now is a heel because the main event of Raw was what was it? It was Sasha versus Becky or whatever, right? Or no.
It was a tag one. It was,
yeah, it was a tag.
The women's showcase.
That's right. Yeah, it was Bailey and Becky versus Alexa and Nikki Cross. Thank you. Yeah. Couldn't think of names there for a sec. Yeah, it was fine. And Sasha came out and was messing with Becky, and then Bailey had like a chance with a steel chair, and she was like, "Who am I gonna use it on?" And she ended up using it on Becky Lynch as the close to Raw and the lead into the Stone Cold Steve Austin show, which made no sense to me, but Lars Sullivan. There's the Lars Sullivan territory. There's a lot of shit on clearance here. Holy shit.
Yeah. They make a lot of shit though.
Yeah. No good Dean Ambrose.
No good Dean Ambrose goes unpunished or whatever. What's that all about? It doesn't even make sense.
Baddest on the planet. Snapback
goes
hat. Oh wow! Ultimate Warrior ugly holiday sweatshirt and beanie package. $15.
All of the women's curvy t-shirts are the same picture with photoshopped graphics on them. They all look terrible.
Yeah. Razor Ramon. Riot Squad. Get these hands.
It is written in pain.
The Bella Army. Yeah, I see what you're talking about with the same model.
Yeah.
What are these? Oh, Scars. Okay.
Hey, cool. You could buy a Ty Dillinger Perfect 10 t-shirt.
Brie Bella Go Brie mode. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at this. Do more, fear less. Yeah, that's not even attempting to, like apply the graphic properly on the model.
No. Ziggler McIntyre. Nice. Take one of them.
Yeah.
Happy Lana Day. Whatever happened to them?
Oh, wait, what is that? Is that supposed to be like a 35 as like the E and the oh wow. Can I zoom in on that? I want to zoom in on that. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, that's supposed to be a 35.
Oh, nice. WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right. I bet they were waiting about 10 years to do that. I've got this great idea. I'm gonna have to wait till 2019, but it's gonna come off.
$50, by the way. Yeah, you can keep that clearance there if it's gonna be $50 for that. Well, now we're getting into the John Cena stuff here. You can't stop me.
Must be shitloads of that.
Creating the Mania, the Lucha House Party, as in your house. Nice, that's still in stock. Andre the Giant for some reason. The Bellas. The Stone Cold Saloon. Wow. Lacey Evans. NXT Women's Authentic T-shirt. Wow.
Oh, this Miz T-shirt is beautiful. The A-lister.
Well, yes, you've seen that, yeah.
EC3.
How is that not for Aleister Black? It's spelled that way.
EC3 is NXT. Wow.
Have you seen this like really 80s Jake Roberts one, the Neon collection? That's cool.
Yeah.
Happy Lana Day. Yeah, I just got to that.
The Goldust t-shirt there.
Jesus. The Deleters of Worlds. Wow, that's still there. The Raw 25 book.
That Paul Heyman face.
Yeah.
Oh man, now we're getting to the lunch koozies here. Ember Moon. Pancake Power. Yeah, they still have some of these in stock. I'm surprised.
Zack Ryder, you know it, I know it, they know it. What?
Daniel Bryan Fight for Your Dreams rally towel. Happy Rusev Day snapback hat. The Paul Heyman face, yeah.
No, the Bludgeon Brothers.
Wow. The Acid Wash, Get These Hands t-shirt. I would wear that.
Naomi.
Every time I get to the bottom, it keeps loading more shirts and merch
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler. Velveteen Dream. Oh yeah, the Naomi and bring it to the floor. Why would you just have that on the back and then the Feel the Glow on the front? I guess I don't know.
The Ascension got a t-shirt. Oh.
Anyway.
Must be a warehouse somewhere full of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it has to be. Same with like TNA.
Yeah.
Are they ever going to sell the WWE Superstars Eva Marie fashion doll?
I gotta hit the lottery and then just like buy some of this stuff. Yeah, there it is. The Eva Marie fashion doll.
Right next to the Kurt Angle "Don't Call It a Comeback" t-shirt. I guess it's true. He shouldn't call it. He wasn't back for long.
Yeah.
I'd love to know who buys the title belts. It's like ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, the actual replicas.
You could get 2K. You can get 2K18 for $20.
Have you seen the Elite Series belts?
I have not.
Which one's the Elite Series?
Apparently they're like more exact to the actual proper belts.
And they're like $400.
No, more than that.
No, there. I've reached the end. There it is. The Ascension.
Check that link for it.
Click that link.
And that's 20% off.
Yeah. Oh my god. Speaking of hitting the lottery, yeah.
How has it got 8 reviews?
I know, yeah.
All 5-star. Let's see. As real as it gets, customize your title. Authentic top grain leather.
This belt feels elite.
Oh my god. Yeah, 20% off of, yeah. It's crazy.
Jesus. This was purchased for a 10-year-old boy. We want to wall mount it in a case.
Oh yeah, sorry, same.
This person says they wish they didn't have to buy a display or wall hanger separately. Main plate could have more of a curved look to be TV accurate, but still worth every penny. That's crazy. Wait, what?
Another one nameplate on it.
Didn't receive more diamonds in case the ones in the belt fell off. Not easy to buckle, but that is inherent to the design. It's not something you're wearing much, though, so it's not a huge deal. Well, maybe not to you, dude.
Yeah, maybe you're not a champion.
Yeah.
Very much.
And again, they did put Velcro on the real one, so
Anyway.
maybe that's the solution. Buy Velcro.
Yeah, is there anything... I think we've reached the end of the show here. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
I was buying this championship belt as a wedding gift.
Jesus.
I hope that's like a wife buying it for a husband, not the other way around.
No.
Oh, God.
A big selling point was the fact that it included a blank plate that I was able to have the wedding invitation engraved on, making it a one-of-a-kind gift for the newlyweds, one that will be proudly displayed in their home for years to come.
Why?
Wow.
Also, check this link, Smoke. Sorry.
Yeah, click on this. I love that. This is what we've reached at.
Yeah.
If Drake Maverick wants it so much, why don't he just buy it?
That's true. I mean, that's true. It is a replica. There it is, for $350.
The same.
There we go. That looks better than that. There we go. That's a better image.
That's got no ratings. No one's bought that one.
No.
I feel like if you buy a replica, you have to like own up to the rules of the 24/7 championship.
Yeah.
And none of this like, hey, we're just gonna suspend the rules because we can. No, fuck that shit. Like that's really dumb. That's really dumb. You're literally getting rid of the gimmick of the title.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, do we want to talk about Raw or anything, or should we just like move on? We talked about the King of the Ring stuff.
Yeah.
That's been mainly the looking forward points of the week. Bray Wyatt might be going after Seth Rollins for the title at Hell in a Cell, which would be kind of cool. The video segment, do check it out on YouTube. Of him giving the puppet Vince McMahon doll like cash and just putting it in his mouth was pretty fucking hilarious. Lacey Evans is back. Natty's still losing. Viking Raiders are still facing jobbers. Yeah, that's about it, really.
There really wasn't much, was there?
Yeah.
Sorry, you've got to point this out. I know we're finishing off. Obviously, you're talking about Bray Wyatt there, and you mentioned the Vince McMahon doll.
Yeah.
No way.
What the hell is this?
If this is a shop that... Oh my god. Oh my god. This is not... Alright. Okay.
What in the name of...
Alright. So, in fairness, we gotta bring up the video here and show you what it looks like here. Hold on. Okay. I gotta find it here. Wherever it's at. From last week. I can't believe this. I cannot believe they actually did this.
They've got the others too. There's Rambling Rabbit and the Buzzard.
It's not just Abigail. Straight.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, Abby the Witch.
Alright, so... Alright, Ramblin' Rabbit looks... somewhat... Oh, God.
Rambling Rabbit is pretty cheap looking anyway, so yeah. Easy to...
The Buzzard's not looking too hot.
No.
No. I'm sorry, that's a no. But the Vince puppet is pretty awful. Alright, so if you haven't seen what we're talking about, this is the Vince McMahon puppet, the boss puppet, if you will, on Firefly Funhouse. There it is. This is the shit that they're trying to shill on WWE shows. Again, that's reality right there, and then this is what they're trying to shill to you. The resemblance is not even remotely in the ballpark here. $35 too, by the way.
Yeah.
$35 fucking dollars. Wait till that shit hits clearance and then don't buy it. The Buzzard, yeah, this is what the Buzzard looks like as well. What happened? What happened? It looked like it got lost a fight to like some tie-dye paint or something. Or no, that's probably the green from the green screen that they shoot with or whatever. Reflecting back.
Oh, yeah, reflecting on, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And then, yeah, Ramblin' Rabbit. Ooh, here we go. Looks authentic. That's probably the most authentic puppet that you can get. No, Abby the Witch?
No.
Wow. There you go. $35, everybody. I can't believe this. I cannot believe that.
Specially designed for WWEshop.com. By you?
Right? Oh, God. Yeah, that's going up on the Twitter. Anyway, that's going to be it for us, I think, for this week. We'll be back next week to predict Clash of Champions, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I hope you tune in. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, and we'll see you guys next week with, hopefully, Beans here as well, so he doesn't, like, phone his predictions in and try to be like, the heel wins, or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, good night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. See you then.